Thank you for hanging out with us on Morning Rush this beautiful Tuesday morning. Of course, Tuesdays is for the bookworms. Now, the last time I interacted with a librarian was in, I want to say, high school? That's not a very long time ago. But yes, so it was very interesting to me this morning when my guest came in and said to me, and I asked her, are you currently a librarian? And she says, yes, she is. I've never met a librarian as an adult, so that is actually something I want to start off with. I am talking to author Metricia Shamiso Rerayi this morning, and of course she has written a book which will be of interest to you. And remember how Andy was talking about how it would be great to read books in Shona or that have some link to things that we can relate to. This book is a play written in Shona, so it would be very interesting to get into the meat of this matter. But Metricia, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You became a librarian by choice.
Not by choice per se.
Yeah.
By
happened?
Coincidence.
By coincidence. Oh, that makes this even more interesting. How did you become a librarian?
So I had a passion in horticulture. So when I went to look for a place at Gweru Polytechnic, they told me that I can't do horticulture because I don't have mathematics.
Okay.
So I ended up doing library and information science. Yes.
Library and information science. That sounds so complicated. It's as complicated as it sounds.
It's not. It's not. Maybe when you're in love with books, you'd find that it's not complicated at all.
Were you always in love with books?
Yes.
Yeah. Avid reader?
Yes, and I'd always loved writing books. So, yeah, I easily fell in love with the profession. Right.
Tell me about the day-to-days of a librarian. Like, what are your typical tasks? What are you doing in the library, apart from just telling us to stop talking? What else is going on behind the scenes?
Apart from organizing books, you need to manage the library, of course. Know what your readers want, and if it's an academic library, it has to be in line with the syllabus, of course, with the curriculum. So you have to know what to purchase and what to give your readers, the resources that they need. And yeah, it's quite a lot. Yes.
It definitely sounds like a busy day. So I'm thinking typically when you're done with work, you don't want to touch another book. Is this how it works?
No, I do, especially with my child. I have to make sure that she reads. Yeah. She reads something every day. Yeah, so yeah. It's always books after books.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So we've spoken about you and having a passion for reading and writing even before you became a librarian. Would you write for your own entertainment? Would you share what you'd written with your friends? How did you develop your writing skills?
So I started when I was still in primary.
Wow, that's early.
I used to write some short poems, yeah, and noticing that people, my classmates, they actually loved what I was writing. I just developed an interest, and usually when I would write compositions, I would get high marks and good comments, so that motivated me, and I kept on writing.
Right.
Yeah.
So today you're here to talk to us about the book Akamanyisa Mbiri. Is this your first published book?
Yes, it's my first published book.
And it is a play. Why was that your format of choice for your first book?
I found it easy. It was easier for me to do it in a format of a play. Other than other novels. Yeah, so this is my life that I wrote, and that's one of the reasons why I came up with this book. it's something that I lived.
Right.
And yeah, it was easy. It was a form of therapy to me. It helped me heal.
Right. Share with us a little bit about the storyline for Akamanyisambiri.
All right, so this is a story about a girl, like Candice, who fell in love with Jokonio. But one mistake that she did was that she fell in love with Jokonio whilst she was still in school, and she became pregnant. She fell pregnant at a very young age. She was forced to drop out of school, and she went to live with her mother-in-law in rural areas. She realized that Akamanyisambiri, because life was not easy, what she thought marriage would be was not it. And there were so many complications, abuse. It was an abusive relationship. And then she realized that she needs to start a life afresh. She needs to go back to school and at least get a job so that she can look after herself and her kids. Yes.
So this is a story, basically a young woman, and I'm pretty sure there are a lot of moments that even if you're not a young woman who's fallen pregnant, or there's a lot of things that you can relate to in here in terms of just how life goes, the flow of life, and that encouragement at the end that you actually can put your life back together and you actually can move in the direction that you want to. Why was it important for you to share this story?
So many young girls are making a mistake, the mistake that I made, and I realized that some of them, they don't have anyone guiding them. So why can't I come up with a book that all the young people that are in high school, even in primary school, can read, and maybe they can get guidance from the book. So that was the main reason why I came up with this book. I wanted to share what I went through and to guide young people not to get into premature sexual activities. Yes, so that they can avoid the mistakes that I made.
Now, your language of choice for this book is Shona, which I think is great. But why was that your choice?
I'd always loved Shona. Yeah, from primary school, secondary, even up to high school. Most of the books that I usually read, they're Shona books. And I just love indigenous languages. Yeah, I do write some English books, but I'm much more interested in Shona because that's our language.
Right,
yes.
Right. Do you think we have enough Shona books out there?
No. Not enough. Most of them, they are just English, maybe because people want to reach more people, I guess, in Zimbabwe and outside Zimbabwe. Yeah. But Shona books, they're not enough.
They're not enough. Now, of course, as an author and you picking to specifically write your books in Shona, the dynamic is that, like you've said, we don't have enough of them. We don't have enough of our local languages in books. Why is it important to have our local languages down on paper, down in these books for generations to come?
I think that we need to keep our integrity. Who we are, we should not throw away who we are. We need to know where we came from and who we are, and I think that's the most important thing. Let's not throw away our language. Of course, we want to relate with other nations in English, but who we are is important. Yes.
Definitely. Now, back to, of course, Akamanyisambiri. The title itself already speaks volumes. Why did you pick to name this book Akamanyisambiri?
Yeah, basically it's just a story about this girl, Akamanyisambiri, like school and love. And I'm saying that if you chase two things at the same time, it's either you won't catch Jesse or you catch one. In this story, she failed to build a marriage, a proper marriage with her husband, and at the same time she dropped out of school. So that's where the storyline is coming from. Yeah. So it's just a message to say that don't chase two things at the same time. Go for one thing, take one step at a time, so that you can achieve one goal at a time.
How long did it take you to put this book together?
It was about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yes.
That is quick.
2 weeks. In a day, I had written at least 2 chapters.
What? Wow.
Yes.
Is it something that I'm trying to understand the process. Is it something that you thought through first? Like, okay, this is basically what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. And then now you were just writing through. But even if it was just writing, you're writing in Shona. I think I don't even have enough vocabulary for a text message. And then you're writing a book in 2 weeks. Wow.
Yeah.
How did it work for you?
So, as I've said before, that this is my life. It wasn't that difficult for me. It's not something that I was thinking of, Kuti. Okay, I need to take this sentence and put them together. It was just flowing because I was telling my story. And as for the vocabulary, it has always been in me, so it wasn't difficult. Yeah.
Now, you did say that you read a lot of Shona novels. Do you think that also has been part of, as you've grown, also part of growing that vocabulary that is, made life so much easier for you as a writer?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to read this. So please let us know where we can find our copies, where we can find you online if you also want to get in touch with you.
All right, you can get in touch with me on 0785 906 098. You can WhatsApp me or you can give me a call. You can get the book at Gramzo Bookshop, Kona Kwame and Julius Nyerere. Yes.
Metricia, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And I hope that everybody is able to get their hands on this. And especially if you are looking to become an avid Shona reader, it's a very easy story to follow and an enjoyable book to read. Now, of course, that means we are at the end of Morning Rush for this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you again tomorrow bright